What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons again, back with another video for Clean Biz Network. I thank y'all for tuning in today. We got another great special guest, Miss Akia Booker. How you doing, Miss Akia?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with us. And so, per usual, we're going to ask you to start off by just kind of giving us a backstory. Tell us about what you did before you started your cleaning company, and then what kind of led you up to starting one.
Okay. Backdrop. I went to school, got my master's degree, I had a Division I scholarship, play basketball. So I came home back to Cleveland after that. I was in New York. I came home and I always wanted to be a business owner. So real estate was really big at the time, about 2006. Real estate was really big. So I jumped into real estate and bought a few buildings and made a lot of money. And I tried to have other streams of income. At that time, I really wasn't even on the internet that much. So I saw in the newspaper an ad about a cleaning franchise. So I used some of that money that I had from the real estate, and I did a big down payment for a cleaning franchise. And that's basically how I got started.
Gotcha. So it wasn't really a thing where you saw somebody else with a cleaning company being successful. You just was trying to look for extra income pretty much.
I was like for extra streams of income, and that was really, I guess you could say it was low overhead. I was looking for, I was looking for something you could do with low overhead that didn't cost a lot of money to start up. So commercial clean, I saw the ad and I jumped on it.
Gotcha. Now I want to dive into that just for a little bit. How did the cleaning franchise experience work out for you?
Oh, it didn't work out at all. I hated it day one. I didn't go to, I didn't pay all that money to work for somebody. And I felt like that's exactly what I was doing. The operations managers that I was dealing with were just terrible. One complaint, they want to get you out of the building. They only gave me little bitty accounts. I never could really see my money grow. So every time they called me, it was an issue. They hated me too, probably, as much as I was cussing them out. So it was mutual. It was mutual.
Right. Now, because you originally started your cleaning company in 06.
06, 2000.
Right. So how long ago did you break away from the franchise? How long did it take you to do that?
I've been, not long. I mean, I was breaking away little by little. So I was trying to read up on my franchise agreement, see exactly how I could get away from them. So little by little, I think they almost caught me a couple times, but but little by little, I kept breaking away, and I just didn't accept any more accounts from them. And then I just ended the whole relationship like that. So.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Okay, now, how did you really know what to do? Because, like now, like information is pretty much readily available on the internet. But I'm wondering, like back then, I don't know if you still, because I mean, internet was there then, but to me, it just seemed like it wasn't as readily available. So how did you kind of know what to do?
I didn't. You didn't. And then you don't learn. And then that little training class they give you at the franchise, they didn't teach you anything anyway. First time I ever waxed the floor, I fucked it up.
Right.
So, basically, you don't know what you're doing. Y'all just got started, and I learned through my mistakes.
Right. Okay. And let me see. So as far as like, how did you get your first account, independent account?
Oh, they called me through the grace of God. It was a big account too. My first account was a $6,000 a month account on my own. They called me, it was an apartment complex, and they just called me, and took me a couple months to close it because they actually went with somebody else at first. I lost it, and then it didn't work out with the first one, so I did it again. So it worked out.
And they called you, like, were you passing out business?
Yeah, they do. They looked me up through Google. I asked them how they found me, and they found me through Google.
Okay. So I got a bunch of different questions I'm going to ask on that, but I'm going to try to stay in line first. Okay, so now when it comes to that, like, for example, you got this big, huge account. It was just you, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, how did you go about finding staffing and all of that to get it?
I called my uncles. I called my cousins. I called anybody, who I could trust. Because it was a daytime account, too. And you don't want to put anybody in daytime accounts. You want to make sure they look the part, talk the right talk. So I put somebody in there I could trust, my uncle. And it was me, my uncle, my cousin just doing it by ourselves. That was it. Absolutely. It was a 5-day a week. Yeah.
Okay. Now, because a lot of people ask me, what should they be doing first? Should they be looking for the contract first, or should they be looking for the employees first? And because I know like because you had family you could call.
Right.
I was in a situation where I always had people like readily available I could call, but maybe somebody's brand new in a whole new area, they don't know anybody. Like, what would you recommend to them? Should they be hiring first? Should they be looking for the contract first? What do you think?
You look for contracts first. What you gonna hire somebody for? You know, just so you have a phone number. No, you go after the money. I go after the money. I go after the money 100%. Even when I don't, I'm actually expanding to a new area right now that I have know anybody in Ohio. And I went and got an account. I still don't know how I'm gonna fill it. I got applications coming in, but that's what you got to do. Like, you just got to jump out on faith. Bet on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you think starting directly in commercial is doable for a brand new person in this industry? Or should they start with residential first?
It's up to the person in the area, but I like commercial. I like to know where my having money coming in every month. I like to know, I mean, residential, you got to wait for a phone call. You got to see if somebody's ready to have you again in the next 2 weeks. And it's just not, it's not enough money for me, to be honest with you.
Right. And I just want to say, I knew.
Yeah, I think commercial, I don't see the difference. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do commercial. I think it's a lot less work, a lot less headache. And you know where your customers are. You know how much money you're making every month.
Right. And I just wanted you to say it. I know that. But I wanted you to, because a lot of people will hit me up and be like, well, I'm kind of nervous about going to commercial. Maybe I should start residential first. I'm like, dude, getting the customers, getting the customers. So
exactly.
I mean, like, what do you want to do? But okay. Now, I see that you own a restaurant too. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I own a Latin restaurant in Cleveland. I started that about 3 years ago. The cleaning company paid for the restaurant. So, yeah, paid cash for it. So to open it up, rebuild it, I own that with my brother-in-law. So okay. Latin, yep, we're doing really well. We're in the Quicken Loans Arena. We've been in Quicken Loans Arena for 2 years, so we're doing pretty well.
Congratulations on that. That's huge.
Thank you. Yes, God is good.
Right. So how did you pull that off? Because like everybody else talk about how hard the restaurant industry is, and then commercial cleaning can be hard too. So it's like, how are you doing both of these difficult businesses? How are you pulling that off?
Well, through the grace of God, but I have my brother-in-law, he's a chef. He's a trained chef, so he helps me out a lot. And I really don't even have to be there anymore. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Now I see that your Facebook page for the restaurant has like a ton of reviews, but I think you just answered my question now on the previous answer you just gave with it being in the Quicken Loans Arena. But like, I'm wondering, how did you drive so much traffic and to get all of those reviews and stuff on Facebook? Is that pretty much
all organic, AJ. That's all organic. I don't even do ads on that, to be honest with you. It's a Latin restaurant, and for some reason, these Puerto Ricans love food, Black people, white people. I'm telling you, it's just, I don't know why, but it's all organic traffic. I don't even pay for ads for the restaurant at all.
Gotcha. Now, do you pay for ads for your cleaning company at all?
Definitely. That's like the faucet. I call it the faucet. So whenever I want some more business, I just turn the faucet on. And when I want to slow down a little bit, I turn the faucet off. So yeah, I love Google.
Yeah, that sounds like CJ. The one with, from the masterclass. Yeah, exactly what he said.
That's why I signed up with y'all.
Right. Yep. We're going to get to that in a minute, because I want to ask you that, because with somebody at your level, like I said, you've been doing this since 06. I'm just going to skip to that question now. You've been doing this since 06. I was skipping geometry class in 06. I mean, I was in my senior year high school. So
damn, you going to tell me about how
So I'm like, how could somebody like you that been doing this, like, what would make you want to buy a course from me?
I'm a lifelong learner, so I don't feel like I know everything. I don't know anything. I wake up every day, I read, I learn every day. So there's not a lot of Black people talking about commercial cleaning. So when I first saw your videos on YouTube, that's when you were with the franchise. That's when I first started following you. You was with the franchise, and I was thinking, like, what is this dude talking about franchises? Like, it's good and stuff. So I kept following you. I was like, because I hated franchise. So I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. But I kept following you, and then you said gyms every time. You say a gym, and they're like, okay, we on the same wavelength. So I don't mind throwing some money and learn something, even if I already know it. You might teach me something else, but I pay for mentors. I pay to learn. I don't mind spending money on that.
That's huge. Now, just to dive a little bit back to the restaurant, because I see that you have a partner. I've had partners plenty of times in previous businesses, but I'm not really fond of partnerships most of the time. So I just kind of want to get your perspective on it. What do you think about partnership? People looking to get a partner to start a cleaning company?
I don't know. No, I don't see the reason. Maybe for cleaning, maybe if you need some money, but I don't see, if you work on your credit, get your business credit up, I don't see what you need a partner for. I don't like partners either. My brother-in-law will tell you the same thing too right now. But the key to having a partner is communication, talking, having communication, and being on the same page. But
Right.
I wouldn't recommend partnerships on anybody if you can avoid it.
Yeah, I agree. Now, as far as your websites, I looked at the restaurant website. I also looked at your cleaning company website. Just next level. You know what I mean? Like
Appreciate
both.
it.
Yeah, like your restaurant is better than the big commercial brands, and then your cleaning company is better than the ones I teach y'all to make in the masterclass. I got to be honest. So I'm like, so what? How did you get those websites?
Oh, that's like my fourth website. You know, you build a system and you rebuild as you learn more things. So I went to Upwork. I'll give you the guy's name. I'll put it on Clean Biz Network. But yeah, I think I paid $600 for it.
That's excellent.
So I love Upwork. I love Fiverr, but you can find a lot of that good stuff on there.
Let me ask you this: for $600, are you able to go back and edit as many times as you want to with them?
Exactly. Yep. It's
No
WordPress website. Yep. I could log in myself and edit it if I want. Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
I'm wasting my time then making all these damn websites myself.
Yeah. I don't mess with it.
Right. Okay. Good. I learned something today. Now, I also noticed that you had some certifications listed on your site. Can you kind of share with us what kind of certifications your company has or you have, and how would it benefit your company?
Okay, we're certified, and number one, we're certified with the whole state of Ohio to do government work, which is the number one thing. And of course, we have our green certifications and our other carpet cleaning, stuff like that. But those MBE certifications, those state certifications are life-changing. Like government contracts, you're not gonna give a government contract unless you're certified with the state or SAM.gov to be certified to get national contracts with government contracts, stuff like that. So without a certification, you won't be able to get those things. It's a lot of paperwork, but it's worth it. Right now, I have, I think everybody has right here, it's called a housing authority. So every county, different housing authority. We have a contract right there. It's crazy. It's definitely over $1 million a year, but it took me 2 years just to fill out the paperwork, but it's worth it.
Gotcha.
Certification.
Yeah, it always scared me away from government contracts with all that paperwork. But so let me ask you this then. Do the certifications help you at all in the private sector?
Yeah, it does. Especially the bloodborne pathogen certification, green clean certifications, get small medical offices, things like that, carpet cleaning. Everybody wants to see that you're certified and you're qualified to do the job. So it never hurts to get as much as you can. So I try to get them all. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, let's see what I got going on here. Okay. Now your humbleness. This is what I want to talk about because I always research everybody before I do the interview, right? And I'm sitting here going all the way down your Facebook, and it went to like 2013 so fast because you don't post a lot. Then I had to search your LinkedIn, and it was like it was there, but like you didn't even have a picture on it. It was just, but I knew it was you because of the companies. And so it was like, why are you so humble? Why don't you share as much or post as much, and why are you so humble with it?
I'm real quiet. It's real slow on social media for me. I just don't. I'm a private person, number one, and I didn't, to be honest with you, it's like at first, now you teaching me this right now about getting on there and getting your YouTube channel and getting your personal brand out there. But at first it wasn't me. I was like, if I'm not making money, I'm not doing it. So it's like me bragging to people about what I do and what I had. Like, it's not me. It's never been me. I wasn't raised like that. But to be in a position to help somebody else, I'm really starting to see that I do need to be more out there. But I just, it's not in me. Like I talk all day long, but I'm not that social and then sharing my private life, stuff like that. So I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to work on getting you a YouTube channel just to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we need that for real. Like, especially like even like for the government contracts, like I can't speak to that. You know what I mean? So if you can hop up here and start sharing some of those details and tips on that, that'd be huge. We can blow that channel up quick. So
I got you.
yeah. All right. But what else I got for you? So anybody listening on the sideline, I always come with this question. They procrastinating, thinking about getting started, but they scared for whatever reason. What would you tell these people?
That's not gonna pay the bills. Number one, being scared. I mean, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, especially if you're on the fence about buying a startup kit or AJ's masterclass, just do it. Like even if you're a seasoned commercial cleaner, residential cleaner, you're gonna learn something. I learned a lot just learning a lot about your lead generation and your Google ads, but to me, I don't understand why people procrastinate. I mean, I know it's nature to procrastinate, be scared, but you're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, then you're not learning. So might as well just start getting those mistakes out the way now and learning and getting in the field. I mean, you're only losing your time. Like time gonna go by anyway. You might as well make some money doing it.
Okay. Now I feel like I'm running out of my regular questions, but I just want to keep you a little bit longer because I feel like you got a little bit more game that we need to soak up. So I want to ask you this, like what types of books or even podcasts, YouTube, anything that you're looking at or reading that you kind of want to share that you follow?
I just read a book, just finished it yesterday. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. It's an amazing book. It's just basically about learn how to look at obstacles differently. And as a business owner, you're going to find an obstacle I read a lot. I look at YouTube videos a lot. I'll put them in your, my top 10 books on your Clean Biz Network. But The Obstacle is the Way is the one that's on the forefront because I just finished it right now. The Richest Man in Babylon. I have a lot of books. I'll throw them out to you though.
Okay. And how do you find the time to read? That's another thing I'm gonna ask.
Audible.
Gotcha.
For Audible. So I listen in my car. If I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to something that's gonna help me build my craft and build my mind. So when I'm on the road and I'm driving, I'll listen to an audio book or I'll listen to a podcast or I'll listen to something that's gonna feed my mind or I'll listen to your YouTube channel or something like that. So
that's crazy. Perfect segue. If you go to freebook.cleanbiznetwork.com, you get 2 free audio books from Audible. So make sure y'all go check it out. Got my partnership with Audible. But anyway, so what would you want your legacy to be as far as like when it's all said and done? You know what I mean? Because I know like I said, you humble, you reserve, but at some point you want like if somebody was to write a book about you, what would you want that to be?
The girl who went and got it, who didn't stop trying, and leaving something for my family later on is important. So it's what you do now that's gonna build something in the future, because you're not gonna be here forever, but your work that you leave and the impact that you leave. I love employing our people. I love employing felons, teaching somebody a craft, giving somebody another certification. Especially if they're a felon, I go out my way, I pay for them to get certified in carpet cleaning, certified and anything, just to give them some skills under their belt. So that's what I want to be known for. Besides the money, what were you teaching? Like learning something from somebody and then leaving, of course, some money, hopefully at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Now I got to ask you this, because you touched on that just then and I almost forgot to ask it. When it comes to employees, what are some tips that you can kind of share with us to help with retaining employees long-term and as well as even finding employees?
It's funny because you asked me that because that's the number one problem we're going to. So people don't think that you're going to avoid employee problems. I'm having one right now. I have them every day. I fire people all day long. I hire people all day long. But you have to have a system to lead generation for employees, just like you have lead generation for your business and your new clients. So I go out to the Urban League, or I'll go to a social worker. There's a place here with refugees here. I hire refugees, felons. So get partnerships in your community. There's tons of people who are looking for jobs in I don't matter what city or state you're in, but there's somebody who can plug you in. I go think out of the box for employees. But if you give them something, I try to give parties for my employees, cookouts, things like that. So make them feel like a part of a team. Teach them something, make them feel like they're learning as they go with you, and give them reasons to stay. Give them a damn pay increase, or give them they could be a supervisor in 3 months if they do this, this, and that, or get this certification or something like that. But keep them involved, keep them engaged with what you're doing, and let them know that you appreciate them. But you're definitely going to have a problem. Turnover is the craziest in service industry, period. So if you can limit that, but if you can't, just keep a good pool of people coming in all the time. So
absolutely, you the truth. I just got to tell you that you the truth, Akia. And we appreciate you joining and taking the time to drop some of this knowledge with us. And if anybody wants to follow you, how can they follow you and reach you after this interview?
You can follow me, Akia Booker. I'm on everything. I'm Akia Booker. I don't know what you're gonna see too much, but I'm about to put some YouTube videos out there because of you. But Akia Booker on Instagram, Facebook. They could call me. My number's on Clean Biz Network. Or they can email me at akiabooker@gmail.com or go to my website.
Absolutely. And let me say this too, because you said your number's on Clean Biz Network. So in Clean Biz Network, just for those who don't know, we have an app. I'm working on it, but for those who got it before we put it back on working on it mode, it has a directory of all the members in there. So Akia is in that directory. So if you're listening to this and you want to join because you want to get in contact with her, join us. It's $197 course. And if you join, and where it asks you if anybody refers you, make sure you put Akia's name so we can know that this interview helped you to take that step. So helping each other. So it's a one big family and clean.
Definitely. It's a community. And I love what you're doing. I love what you're building, and I'm for it. So whatever you need, whatever anybody needs, just let me know. But I'm with you.
Thank you so much, Akia. I appreciate you for taking the time.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.